Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are playing a Simic 70 deck. And so I decided to go up to 70 cards with this one just because there's so many good things in Simic, and with the kind of style of deck I wanted to build around, like kind of Galta, a little bit stompy, but add in things like Disallow, add in things like Uro, Growth Spirals, Hydrocrasis, and still be like kind of just like this mix of really powerful decks. And there's so many good things that I feel like whenever you trim it down to 60, you end up getting rid of a lot of good pieces to the deck. Like people are cutting out the questing pieces or never playing any gem raisers or anything like that, where those are really nice things to have in your deck. And so I'm testing out going up to 70. I did a 64 card deck a while ago, and I know that Yorion has like all the 80 card decks, but typically you try to keep it more consistent by not having that. I want to go ahead and try this out. We're going to jump into a 70 card deck and see how it does. So the basic idea of this deck is play all the good things. So we have our Lana War Elves, Lotus Cobra, Growth Spiral, and Uro for our ramp, so that we can start ramping into big things, as well as Selvala, which, by the way, Selvala is really cool with Uro. As long as you hold full control as it enters the battlefield, you'll usually draw a card because Uro's a really early game good creature to draw with, but you can also tap to add a bunch of mana equal to Uro's power, which then you can add 6 mana, then hopefully use that to add the Galta or Great Henge or something big later on. So there's some pretty fun stuff we can do with this deck, just kind of comboing off. Galta is kind of a funky one in this deck because we have just kind of like a lot of ramp cards instead of a ton of creature cards in the early game, which don't necessarily have a lot of power, but because it adds up all of the power, that as soon as we land like a Lovestruck Beast or a Questing Beast or Gem Raiser, we should immediately be able to cast the Galta and have a big 12-12 trampling creature. So I wanted to have that ability to kind of just like swing in for a win, be massive, and hit them, and that is what we're doing. And then we also have Carnage Tyrant in the deck, 6 mana, trample, hexproof. This spell cannot be countered. I'm putting this in over Gargaroth right now, partly just because I wanted to have the theme of like big, beefy dinosaur creatures to swing in with, but Gargaroth just dies to too many things, and Carnage Tyrant doesn't get countered first off, and it doesn't die very easily. Like an Ulamog can't hit it, and so we can still be attacking in or putting pressure even if they're swinging in. So there's a lot of different decks out there. And because we're really worried about the Ulamogs, the Ugins, and Aetherworks Marvel, as well as all the small things, I decided to add in 4 copies of Disallow, 1 copy of Censor, so that we have some counter ability to counter stuff. We have Inscription of Abundance for a little bit of removal, and that's basically our removal. I feel like we can fit some more into here somehow, but I wasn't totally sure how without going up to more than 70 cards. And so I wanted to try this out as it is. We're going to go ahead and jump into the gameplay, see how it does for us, and wish me luck. Lord Frodo. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. We have Lotus Cobra. If we find the land, we get to do some pretty good stuff. Double Lotus Cobra. It's not like amazing, but we should be able to find our 3rd land and have Uro turned on. Maybe get something like a Cobra out. I guess we don't show our colors just yet, right? Since we're only splashing blue anyway, it'd be nice to get out for Disallow, but I think we're going to be trying to ramp here first. I was debating on bringing in like a Tambio into this deck as well, just because it shuts off the sacrifice decks, or at least things that make us sacrifice. All right, Hinterland Harbor. Add a blue mana. Uro. Yeah, this is a lot of ramp. And then we'll have the Nissa on the next turn. Yeah, that's good. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and offer the trade for the Priest of Forgotten Gods. I'm totally down to kill that thing. This is like the bait of my existence. I hate this card with a passion, but it's also really good, and that's why I hate it. Dread Horde Butcher. Uh-oh. All right, we can disallow the ability after it gets sacrificed. That'll be kind of nice, at least. Couch Unfamiliar. Okay, so let's see when they go for it. If they let us untap, that'll be great. But right now they get to kill both Lotus Cobras. And we get to have a Nissa. I guess that's not the worst. Yep. Rude. Priest number 2. Let's see here. What do I want to untap? Now that we have a Nissa, I guess casting Airbrig isn't as good. Swing in. Down to 16, pass the turn. Nissa is pretty difficult for this deck to deal with, I believe. Okay. That's good. That's really good. All right, so I'm going to sacrifice to make us lose the Garen Brig. Hit with Dreadhorde Butcher. Yeah. The disallow can be really nice if we can get it off here. That's another Nissa. I think I want to hold on to the other Nissa for now. We can fill the graveyard for the Uro, which could be pretty nice. We're going to have to block one of them. All right. Untap the island.
The land shall conquer you.
Pass the turn. I probably could have swung because they might have left up the Woe Strider, but they can also bring some of their creatures out. Okay, Woe Strider number 2. Number 2, my lord. All right, so they can sacrifice. I want to see what they actually sacrifice. I think they sacrifice this Woe Strider in there. All right, so we disallow this effect. No, why did you tap the... What? Why in the world would you tap the island? Ah! Stupid. Oh my gosh. Steek and auto tapper. That was ridiculous. Oh man. Dumb. Okay, play land anywhere else. Untap with Hinterland Harbor.
Harness the elements.
Swing in for 6. Down to 10. Play the other Nissa now. Might as well. I mean, we could give him another turn to do this, but I guess I could have played out for another creature anyway. Oh well. And now I can play the Uro. That's not a bad turn. We have a lot of creatures that are lands, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we also have a ton of power on the board. Okay. That is a lot of... Oh, I was going to say that's a lot of Woe Striders, but there's a skipping one. Escape. It's weird. It sounds like the word escape. Does not swing. Intriguing. So this is instant speed. First off, Growth Spiral. Let's just draw another card. See if we can find something else here. Gem Razor. So Gem Razor onto lands works a little bit differently, unfortunately. So it's kind of funky here. This is instant speed. And we do have enough to kick it. So we can choose any instead, any number. So we can put 2 counters on something. So I feel like if we have Dreadhorde Butcher kind of working for us, we can do some interesting stuff in response. So let's go ahead and just go attacking. Untap the island.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Attack and draw another card. Wait for the last possible moment. Okay, jumps the Uro. Unfortunately, we can't give something trample. That'd be really nice here. All right, so they're letting in 6 damage through right now. All right, so we're kicking this. So we're choosing all 3. Counters onto... So they can respond by sacrificing the Priest of Forgotten Gods, which is a little bit annoying, but I think this is still our best chance. So we put counters onto... How do I do this? So they can respond twice. They can kill 3 things. So we're going to have this. So I think what we do is we put 2 counters here. We gain life. And Uro fights a Priest of Forgotten Gods, I guess. Could be nice. Just to get it off the board, or the War Strider. Let's go Priest. That's interesting, but yeah. I want them to force actually still blocking here with the Dreadhorde Butcher. But that puts everything off to a little bit later on. It'll be harder for them to kill this until War Strider already dies. So we end up losing a lot of things, but we kind of trades off semi-favorably for us, hopefully. I could have put the counters here instead, which would have made them force it. But I think what they do is they just sacrifice it, kill this one anyway. I don't think there's a totally good way for us to do this. All right, they didn't sacrifice the Butcher. So we sack Llanowar Elves, which is a little bit scary, not having a ton of mana. Okay. Kills that one. That's fine. They're down to 4. We play Llanowar Elves. As a chump blocker, protect the Nissa, pass the turn. That does 6 damage to it. It doesn't kill it, and they're tapping out completely. Do they have like a Languish or something? Let's chump. It's a little bit scary not having a lot of lands after this.
Do not assume I am fragile.
Okay, whew. They drew a ton of lands. I wonder if they had like a bunch of lands in hand as well. That was... with how few... It's always scary not having many lands out here afterwards, but we did it. Yay! Booyah! All right, up against Jayterix, and yeah, this is good hand. This is good. Very, very good. Botanical Sanctum. Lovestruck Beast. Fast turn. Attune with Aether. Alright, and attack in. Please hit a land, pass the turn. Servant of the Conduit. Alright, we also need to find a Disallow at some point here. Or Gem Razor, I guess, potentially. We have to have the Disallow first. There's another land. Nice. Play out Uro. And Growth Spiral. Alright, pass turn. Hitting a land there would have been great. That's okay. It's all good. It's all grand. Alright, so they are up to 6 energy. So yeah, the main thing that we want to find here is a Disallow if we can. If we can't, well, crap. Alright, Uro. That's the Disallow. Not quite how we want it to be looking, though. Alright, pass the turn. Gets energy, up to 7 energy. Alright, let's just hope that they whiff with this. That's basically all that we can do. Ah, okay. Crap. We found the Disallow just a turn too late, which is part of the issue of running 70 cards, is that you're going to have less consistency with stuff. Those get exiled. And I believe that we're just done. We don't have an actual answer to Ulamog once it's resolved. Yeah, what else can we do? I think... yeah, we're done for. All right, that's cool. And that happens sometimes because Wizards has allowed that to be a card that exists in this format. Yay! Up against the Flame, and we have a Savala on turn 3. I'm not sure that's good enough, although we do potentially get a Galta the turn after, because we would get to add 2 mana with Savala, right? Oh, you have to pay to tap it as well, though, so it's not quite enough. We'll see. All right, Serrated Scorpion. Hello there. Fast turn. They moved where hello is, and it still bothered, like, throws me off. Ooh, all right, Dreadhorde Butcher. We're up against the same deck, aren't we? Selvala. If we hit a land, we get to do some crazy things on the next turn. I believe we get to play Lovestruck Beast and Galta if we hit a land. An untapped land. That's semi-tempting as well, actually. Because they probably just have, like, village rights now. Okay, Woe Strider, and then sacrifice it. Then you get to draw a card. Alright, so we found the land. I might also just want to hold up the disallow. Alright, play out Lovestruck Beast. Okay, draw a card. So yeah, I can't activate this at any time, so I could just run out the disallow now, or I could play out Galta and have a 12/12 draw another card, and be a little bit ahead card-wise. Let's pass the turn and see what they end up doing. Okay, Sax Fatal Passage. At least there's no Mayhem Devils right now. That's nice. It's just so nice. If I disallow that, it just ends up dying to Dreadhorde Butcher, but I guess it's more effort for them. It does take us away from being able to play Galta easily. We can play it on the next turn still, potentially, if we have the land. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Disallow. We'll just have to face the music with this one. Actually, wait, Galta doesn't. It gets two mana more expensive to play. But that's fine. We can still Hydra Krasis for 2. Yeah, what do you hit? The Lovestruck Beast or Selvala? You definitely have to go for Selvala. It's too powerful. Serrated Scorpion. Archang's Vessel. Alright. Growth Spiral. Okay, Krasis X2. Just has another blocker. And draw a land, not a land. The nice thing here is that they're stuck on just one card as well, which does give us quite a bit of advantage. All right, Uro, start getting some lives. Please draw a land. That's a land. Nice. All right, do I play Lotus Cobra now over the Growth Spiral? It turns on Galta a little bit quicker, so I think that we do. We go for Lotus Cobra. If they have like Mayhem Devil, it's really annoying. There's definitely downsides to this, but I think it's fine because now Galta's 3 mana. Swing in for 2. Down to 16. Pass the turn. Priest of Forgotten Gods. All right. I'd like to have removal. Disallow also pretty nice. That means that we wouldn't be able to play Galta though. Let's Growth Spiral now just to see if we can draw into a land. Is it worthwhile to have Galta out on board here or to hold up the Disallow for the Priest of Forgotten Gods? Probably to hold up the Priest of Forgotten Gods or the Disallow. Swing in for 2. Down to 14 past the turn. This also means that when we play Galta, it's a little bit better. Judith is annoying. Yeah, we have to disallow that. It's a little bit too good. Because we can still just like sacrifice Lotus Cobra to the Priest of Forgotten Gods and still be okay. But if they could have killed like 3 things there, or 2 things there, it would have been worse. Okay, sack a creature. I guess it's actually the Hydra Krasis that goes away. Hopefully they don't have... All right. No bringing the Arcfiends back. That's good. Okay, Uro can come back as well. And then we can have green mana as well. So we play this and then play Ghalta. All right, Uro. Land. Let's go with the island. I could see what I actually hit here. If I have another land, I can play another Uro and then the Ghalta. So we're going to try to be a little bit greedy here. Lotus Cobra. No, I don't think we want it now. We're trying to look for like ways to just finish the game out. Could still be a land. No, yeah, let's go. Go Ghalta. Get it out. Now you have to deal with that. Pass the turn. Claim the firstborn. Rude. Sacking the Lovestruck Beast could be better. It still is nice to have kind of that wall, so they aren't attacking us. Our life total isn't changing. We just get to have chances to keep attacking and attacking. And I think now we could just go for a massive Hydra Crisis so that we can start swinging in the air as well. Or the Carnage Tyrant. So first things first, swing in with Ghalta. Maybe drawing cards would have been better there. Swinging with Ghalta. Down to 7. Can we make this a 7/7? I think so. Oh, it's a 6/6. So does that mean that we need to wait a turn? Because we know that they can sacrifice 2 of our creatures. Carnage Tyrant is a big creature as well. I'm not really sure what the best thing to do here is. We can play for the Uro, just keep drawing cards, make bigger things. We can probably bring this back quicker. Going X6 is still a lot of card draw, right? So let's just do this. Doesn't get us up to the 7, but they also have Serrated Scorpion, I just realized. So they have 9 life anyway. Technically. Sacks the Scry. Okay. Damage to face, 3 to face, back up to 9. So they have to find a Woe Strider here to have enough creatures to sacrifice with Priest of Forgotten Gods. They can sacrifice here. All right, so they found a creature. So now they kill 2 things, but if we just leave Ghalta, then we're fine. So they have to find that and then also like removal. They get to draw 2 cards, add 4 mana. Yeah, this is like the only play they've got. Oh, do they have enough to actually kill the Hydra Crisis as well? Uh-oh. All right, so we have to sacrifice the Crisis here. That means that now Ghalta should survive. They can bring back the Woe Strider. Okay. Now they sacrifice Judith and Goat. So they have more defense. And that'll keep them alive for a turn. Sacks and draws. All right, let's just hope they don't have some way to remove this. Claim the first one doesn't work. They could be running some other, like I know some of these decks will run like a 3 mana version that grabs anything, not just the other stuff. All right, 2 extra damage is really nice as well. I guess we can do this instant speed, right? Here, let's go. All right, swinging with Ghalta. Yeah, Inscription of Abundance gives us lethal. We can fight the Woe Strider and get through. And we can wait till the last moment on this. All right, so 2 counters onto Galta. We gain a bunch of life. We could also fight a Priest of Forgotten Gods in case. So yeah, you fight. The 2 counters already gives us lethal in case that's an issue. And so I kind of want to just kill a Priest of Forgotten Gods so that if they have something else, we can just for sure win the game on later turns. So let's just go this way, play it a little bit safer. All right, good game. All right, perfect. You never know. You never know. I didn't think they had any kind of answer in their deck for that, but just in case. All right, up against Loco Murloc, and I like this hand. Keep this. I think I'm going to hold up Censor on turn 2, just to have something to do. Go Llanowar Elves, pass the turn. Having Disallow is also nice. Yeah, I think that what I'm going to do is going to play out Temple of Mystery on this turn. Try to hold up Censor to keep our Llanowar alive. Thoughtseize. Of course, they can just play around Censor now. All right, so they do take it out. Botanical Sanctum number 2 leaves us with Disallow, though. Pass the turn. Temple of Mystery. That turns on Great Henge pretty quickly. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep it. Thirst for Meaning. Let's go ahead and go for the card advantage. All right, I want to counter this now. We need to start playing stuff. And so countering that, yeah, they're going to have other things to do. But I'd rather take a quick victory in the early game. I never know the right way to play that, especially when you're playing Stompy as well. It changes up how you play completely. All right, Heart's Desire. Counters that. Okay, now we go for Gem Razor. I might just play Gem Razor out naturally. There's nothing to play it onto, right? So we actually just play out Gem Razor. This way we keep a Llanowar Elves around. It, yeah. Lets us also play the Great Henge. All right, Thought Erasure takes the Great Henge. Hydrocrisis is also a big threat too, though. Like, it actually might be better. All right, untap land for... Yeah, okay, sweet. Untap land. Doing this before we attack so that we don't lose the Llanowar Elves mana. Okay, counters it. Wait. Reach, spell, and ability? What? Dude. Whirlwind Denial. I forgot that this is that good. That's scary. All right, attack in. We're still putting out a lot of threats on board. That's lethal next turn. Okay, cycles a Censor. And opponent skips. Whew. All right, we got through it. I do think stopping him from drawing 3 cards might have been the victory there, because they drew a ton of lands, which was nice for us. I don't know. I never know how the right way to counter stuff. All right, up against Gato Bianco, and we have an Uro on turn 3, which is always good. We have Love Shook Beast to get us closer to Galta. Like, there's a lot of good things with this hand, but it's just a smidge slow. I think we'll keep it though, because we still have a turn 2 play, a turn 3 play, and we're on the play. And so there's a lot of good things about this hand. And if we find like a Lotus Cobra, this hand becomes amazing. Oh, this is blue-white control. Good to know. All right, Faithful Passage, Love Struck Beast. We have our Carnage Siren against blue-white control. That is kind of like the best card there. Last turn. All right, swing in for one. Lovestruck Beast is also a little bit tempting here, just to get an actual threat on the board attacking. If they counter that, yeah, let's go for the Uro though. Let's all wait to see if they want to nope. Oh, they do want to nope. Good, good, good. Sensor is annoying. Gideon of the Trials. Probably ticks up on the 1/1, yeah.
Let's do this one-on-one.
They don't have Sensor this time. Let's go ahead and get out Lovestruck Beast. And just tapped. Pass the turn. No attacks. Yeah, I think adding Brazen Borrower to this deck could be pretty nice. Just to have like a little bit more interaction at times.
You and me.
All right, attack in at Gideon.
Don't force my hand.
Draw a card. And this is the nice thing, is now Galta is fairly easy to bring out. Of course, board wipes are coming soon. So if we could force like a board wipe and then into Carnage Tyrant, I think we'd probably be in the best shape. So I think that what we try to do is put out Galta on the next turn, let them resolve it, and then board wipe. We're going to try to kill Gideon by that time. And then hopefully Carnage Tyrant can just kind of bring us home. And we can dodge more. All right, so they board wipe now. All right, now we'll go for Carnage Tyrant if we hit the land.
Amonkhet deserves to be liberated.
Down to 17. Questing Beast. Well, that's also good.
Count on a rematch.
Yeah, Questing Beast, very, very good draw there. By the way, we're playing with 70 cards in this deck, and it hasn't felt bad yet. Like, yeah, I haven't seen Nissa on each game. I haven't seen like certain things, but I feel like we're always finding, like the curve is still working out really well, where we're finding the right consistency of things. And I'm really liking this deck a lot so far, and we're 3-1 with it. So if they kill the Questing Beast, we get to bring back Uro, which is really nice. Hero Dominaria, -3. Ticks up. Interesting. They don't have Seal Away, so it's got to be like a bounce effect or something like that. Yeah, so start off going to combat, swinging in, letting it hit.
Stop that. Now.
Lotus Cobra, Uro. Galta. I mean, when you can Galta... Oh, wait. Galta, I was thinking with the Uro. Oops. Take it. I saw the Galta. I was like, oh, it's odd blind. But no, after the Uro. Now they're going to be thinking that we have like a Mystical Dispute in deck. Because they're seeing that we're playing basically mono green, just with a lot of fun stuff. And man, is it fun stuff.
I know 88 ways hone your prowess.
All right, Narset. That's the second Wrath of God. It's less chance of them finding it. Oh, they do have Narset now. So do we go for the Uro this turn, or do we go for the Carnage Tyrant? Uro, I feel like it doesn't draw us cards, so it actually loses a lot of its value. So yeah, let's go Carnage Tyrant. Pass the turn.
Keep an open mind.
And we probably just send this at face. Like, literally the only thing that can get this is a Wrath of God. And so until they find it, we just attack face and make them have to deal with what we've got. And they got it. Rude? Jeez. Some people. Search for Skanta. All right. 4 mana held up. I guess they could also have Settle the Wreckage at some point. All right, disallow. All right, get out the Uro. I think the cards I forgot to bring in here is I need like 3 Turn Timber Symbiosis as well. I just forgot to add those in to the deck. Yeah, Turn Timber Symbiosis, maybe 1 Seagate Restoration just for some extra card draw. But like once we get up to this point, it'd be nice to have the ability to run into one of those, dig for the deck a little bit more. All right, we get to hold up the Disallow, which is nice. Seal Away is going to be a threat for us to be able to get in for damage.
Hold that thought.
Takes up. Teferi can now tuck the Uro. Narset number 2.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality are lost. Meditate.
If we get to see that they have the last Wrath of God, I think we're probably done. And a Neutralize. All right, so now they can play the Silhouette and counter our counter. And counter our Galta. Yeah, that's probably game. We don't have enough to play Galta and hold up Disallow. Yeah. And they have the Doden's Veto and the Neutralize. All right, yeah, so that's game. We're not going to be able to play something else. We had the one chance of still finding another Galta, or sorry, Carnage Tyrant, but then they'd have like 5 turns to dig for the last Wrath of God, or have a Settle the Wreckage as well. And so there just wasn't a way of winning that one. That's Control is going to be our hardest matchup probably every time. All right, we have an early Galta. Like, this is the greatest hand ever for what we're trying to do with this. So keep this. Get a Forest. Skirk Prospector. I think the only thing we're looking for more here is like a Lotus Cobra. I guess we can play this on turn 4 now, so we hold off on it. Offer the trade with the 1/1. Unfortunately, this is a human, so we can't use it with Gem Razor, which is always funky. And up against goblins, we basically have to get Galt out before they get to their Muxus. If we can do that, we have a decent chance. So yeah, Left Struck Beast. Incinerator hits this, that's fine. We're just trying to go for the Great Henge anyway. So yeah, I think a Lotus Cobra off the top would still be our best draw. So we can play the Great Henge and draw something with it right away. What's up, Bob Blark? How you doing? Welcome. Uro. Alright, well, we still do this. Grab an island. Questing Beast, or Love Struck Beast will probably never really attack now. But that's fine. We're trying to get to the Galta. If we can land a Galta and get 2 hits in before they do Muxus-y type things, we're happy. Working from home, or so they think. Nice. I guess I'm technically working from home right now. Goblin Matron. Alright, so the dig for the Muxus. That means they have Muxus on the next turn. Between Gem Razor, that'll bring it to 3 mana. So if we find an untapped land, then we can Gem Razor into Galta. And I think getting this out quickly will probably be the best thing, and just hope that Muxus falls a little bit flat. All right, they probably have a Muxus in hand. That's what it looks like. So they're trying to play something else. Another War Chief would probably be the best thing, actually, if you're trying to make things cheaper and just have more haste, because that way Muxus can come out really quickly. All right, digs for Muxus. Conspicuous Snoop. Let's go ahead and add this. Lotus Cobra. All right, let's get this out, and then we can do some fun things with Uro. We get to draw multiple cards to try to find more lands to hit with Uro. We get to play a lot of stuff. Ooh, and a Fabled Passage. Yeah. Guess we go with that first. So we can shuffle the deck here. Add green mana. Crack it. Grab Forest. Finding a Disallow would actually be pretty nice here as well. I just realized. All right, play out Uro. Questing Beast. Growth Spiral on top. We get to draw one more card. No, I'll put that to the bottom. And let's go Galta. 13-13 for ya. Still might not be enough. That's the scariest thing about goblins. All depends on how good this Muxus gets. If they find Krenko, we're dead. If not, I think we actually have a decent shot. They found 2 Krenkos! And the War Chief. What? Okay then. You know, that's fine. Are we just dead? There's a chance that they swing too aggressively here, and we can maybe get in with Questing Beast and Galta, which would be 18 points of damage. And maybe Gem Razor on... Alright, it's another Krenko. Yeah, that's game. I do believe. Gets to play the Matron from the top for 1 mana. It's another Krenko to bring to hand. Yeah, now we're dead. Oh, stinking goblins. Goblins. Kind of how Historic is getting now, where it's more of like, my deck went off before your deck went off, and that's fine. And this deck is more of a just value town engine type thing. It's stompy. We don't really ever go off. I guess having a Galta early game is going off with it, but it's just fun. I think this is just like a value town type of deck. If you have a lot of these pieces, it's nice because it doesn't have like 4-ofs of everything necessarily. And yeah, I really like this deck. So if you guys like this one, please leave a like for the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.